First at 10, a weather watch alert as heavy rain moves in yet again. We've got renewed flooding concerns, and this will definitely impact your weekend plans. Your full forecast, the timing coming up.
A chaotic police chase that ended with shots fired has been deemed justified. The final report on a story Connecticut's news station has followed since the beginning. We'll have those details next.
And a monument that stood for decades to honor hometown heroes ran over and destroyed overnight, but police are chasing some promising leads. We'll have the very latest on the search.
UConn men's basketball coming away with a victory in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. I'm Jonah Karp. More from Brooklyn coming your way next.
Fox 61, Connecticut's news station, begins with a weather watch alert.
And thank you for joining us tonight for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Bridget Burelow. Glad you're with us. Well, we're all familiar with spring showers, but Connecticut is bracing for a downright spring downpour.
Yeah, storm system moving in from the southwest. And by the time you wake up tomorrow, expect some heavy rains. This, of course, prompting concerns over widespread flooding. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. So, Rach, how much rain are we talking about? How should people prepare?
I think most of the state will get 2 to 3 inches of rain, but there will be some areas that get higher amounts, up to 4, where we end up getting some heavier banding. This is going to start before daybreak tomorrow and continue right through around this time tomorrow night. I think the heaviest rain will be in the afternoon and evening, but it is an all-day washout. So yes, we are once again talking about renewed flooding concerns, rivers, streams, creeks, low-lying areas, poor drainage areas. And keep an eye on the basements. The National Weather Service has issued a flood watch all across the state just to get that message across. And you might be wondering, well, all this rain is coming. Why is there a winter weather advisory? As this is first getting underway, there could initially be a little bit of freezing rain and even a few wet snowflakes, especially in the higher elevations of Litchfield County and northwestern Hartford County. So I don't think for Hartford itself, but for the higher elevations north and west. In fact, already a few snowflakes that we're seeing in far northern Litchfield County. Salisbury, Heartland seeing that right now. And it's just kind of skirting the border of northeastern Connecticut. But a lot of what you see here will end up pushing to the north. You'll see a lot of this activity lifting north. So there will be a big break in the action overnight before things fill back in again in the form of rain. But again, with temperatures near freezing, a few slippery spots possible into tomorrow morning in the hills. Temperatures are in the 30s. This is going to be a cold rain as it moves through. Here's a look at a few flakes out there right now. And then notice as we head towards daybreak, that rain really fills in, seeing a little pink in the hills. It becomes progressively heavier as the day wears on. And then this all comes to an end as we head between 8 and 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Improvement for Sunday, your full forecast coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. We have new details tonight from the state's inspector general on an officer-involved shooting that happened over a year ago in Milford. Officials have ruled the officer who fired his weapon was justified in the use of deadly force, though it is important to note no one died in the shooting. Back in January of 2023, police chased 27-year-old Nicholas Gambardella on I-95 South. At one point, Gambardella crashed his car and ran across the highway, forcing police officers to chase him into a grassy area off the interstate. The inspector general says the officer fired his weapon 3 times but never hit Gambardella. Gambardella had a number of warrants out for his arrest and had a long criminal track record prior to this incident.
An update to breaking news we first brought you last night. Police identifying the man shot and killed outside the Waterbury courthouse in the middle of the day. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc has the details on the search for the person who pulled the trigger.
We saw police officers parking and patrolling outside this courthouse all day long while detectives continue to sift through the surveillance video in search of the suspect.
Another young life taken, unfortunately, and it's tragic.
Al Morales, a man dedicated to helping those struggling with addiction in Waterbury, is reflecting on the death of 26-year-old Jerome Chapman. Police say he was shot and killed on State Street, just outside this courthouse, Thursday afternoon.
That's a tragic loss. I feel for the family.
Morales was 2 blocks away when he saw the police cars speed past him just before noon. Police say Chapman was leaving the building with loved ones after his own court appearance when someone on a motorcycle shot him and sped away.
We're working on getting more information on the motorcycle, on the suspect.
As for Chapman, Waterbury Police Lieutenant Ryan Bissett says he was known to them.
He did have quite an extensive criminal history and was attending court proceedings related to weapons and narcotics offenses.
His death marking the city's second homicide of the year as the police force reaches new heights in growth, hoping to cut down on crimes like this one.
The last several years we've saw, like many agencies, a reduction in our ranks, and we've put a lot of effort into telling our story and why people should join our department, and it's been very successful.
Lieutenant Bissett says the department boosted its recruitment campaign, attracting people from all over the country, including California and Florida. He adds Waterbury is a popular choice because they still have a pension while others don't, and a new contract, making it one of the highest paying departments in the state.
Most of that is attributed to us being a police department that offers a career opportunity, innovative training, technology, and the opportunity to work with some of the best police officers.
Lieutenant Bissett says right now they have 275 officers and hope to get to 300 by the end of the year. And while people like Morales are noticing the effort, they feel work needs to happen outside the police force.
They need some more stuff to do so they can stay out of trouble and be more active in the community.
Now, police say there is no threat to the public at this time, and they do believe Chapman may have been targeted, though they don't know why. We are in Waterbury. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, the search continues tonight for the driver who crashed into a World War I monument in Meriden. Take a look at the damage here. The monument has stood at the intersection of Broad and East Main Streets for decades now. The crash happened last night around 10 p.m. Officers say debris left on the scene leads them to believe the culprit was driving a Ford F-150 pickup truck made between 2018 and 2020.
Me looking at those names on the ground, it was as though our veterans were laying there helpless, as I described it to our police chief. So to know that we are going to do everything in our power to not only find who it was that caused that damage, but to make sure we erect that in such honor the way we did 100 years ago is our mission at this point.
Now, a witness told police the truck drove south on Broad Street toward Wallingford right after the crash. Anyone with any more information about what happened should call police. A strong showing by the UConn men today, defeating Stetson this afternoon to open NCAA tournament play.
It was a really great game, and Fox 61's sports director Jonah Karp was there for all the action. He joins us now with the big highlights from the game.
Well, no game is won in the first 10 minutes, but UConn men's basketball built an enormous first-half lead, and that helped propel the Huskies to a victory over Stetson to open the NCAA tournament here at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. UConn got off to a 23-4 lead. Stetson shot just 14% from the field during that stretch. Relentless defense, which led up a bit in the second half, but consistent and balanced offense and winning the battle on the glass. That helped top-seeded UConn advance to the second round of the NCAA tournament with a 91-52 victory over Stetson.
We really came out hot, started firing and, came out guarding the three-point line at a high level. And really in that second half, we just started off slowly and, really just, let the human nature kick in and, something that we can't do in the future.
The emphasis today was, guard the three-point line and come out fast so we could demoralize them because we knew we were the better team, so just give them the hope and we'll be fine throughout the rest of the game.
Who is here for you today?
My dad, my grandma, my aunt, my uncle, my girlfriend and her family.
I had a great friend from Utah come out, actually. He flew out. Some other friends and then some other family members, uncles, cousins, and those kind of things.
Kind of crazy. I mean, it really doesn't feel real, just to, grow up watching March Madness, every single year, and then to know that you're finally playing in it and to play with this team. I feel like we're the best team in the country, so, I wouldn't want to be in any other position.
You remember this last year. What do these next 48 hours look like for you guys?
Yeah, just prepping for Northwestern. We'll watch film of this game to see what we could have done better, but I think more importantly, just what we need to lock in on with Northwestern, because they have a really good team. They have an All-American caliber guard, and they're super well coached.
Did you get a chance to watch that Northwestern game?
We saw a little bit of it. I mean, we were not happy with the overtime. We were ready to go and get out to our game, but yeah, we caught a little bit of the end of it. But we'll watch some film tonight and tomorrow and get ready for them.
We watched a little bit of it. I mean, definitely a good team. Has an All-American type PG. We got to be keen on him. They can shoot the ball really well.
Yeah, we'll absorb 2 or 3 games. Watch them, and then get up tomorrow, do some more prep. Luke's been working on it for a couple days, so so we're obviously ready to go.
So it's UConn and Northwestern battling in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Those 2 teams will square off back here in Brooklyn on Sunday. In Brooklyn, Jonah Cart, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Jonah, thank you. And of course, tonight, Husky Nation is all smiles following this evening's victory. And Fox 61 was with the fans at a watch party tonight. The Huskies, as we said, defeated the Stetson Hatters by a score of 91-52 in the first round of the NCAA tournament today. Kinsman Brewing Company in Southington provided all the action on their big screen TVs, as well as food and beverages, of course, as Husky Nation showed up to support our guys.
Support our UConn Huskies. Back-to-back champions, baby. Let's go.
As the tournament goes on, it gets better and better and tighter, and it's more nerve-wracking, and with our crowd gets bigger and bigger and bigger until the point where we're filling up our event space, and it's awesome.
Yeah, Bartholomew says Kinsman Brewing Company considers itself a UConn Nation hub, and yep, we think they've earned that status.
Oh, yes, they have. March Madness coming with plenty of intensity and shocking upsets also. The Yale Bulldogs are still dancing after a major upset in the first round. The 13-seed Yale defeated the 4-seed Auburn this evening right out of Spokane. This is Yale's second NCAA tournament win and the first since 2016. They face the 5-seed San Diego State next round, and in a potential hypothetical, if they win against San Diego State, they could find themselves in a Sweet 16 matchup with who else? The #1 seed in the region, the UConn Huskies. That would be very interesting if that were to happen, Brent.
It would be very exciting for a lot of people here in this state. We've never seen anything like that. A lot of people would love to see it happen.
It'll be really intense, though, that's for sure.
Yeah.